Hey guys, I am Benjamin James Baker, also known as EG.DeMusliM, a StarCraft 2 player playing for Team Evil Geniuses. I'm here to show you guys some replays and talk to you about my thoughts and literally show you the replay as I'd be thinking about it and as I'd be playing through it. So let's get right into the game. So this game in particular is about getting to the late game and just sticking with the strategy that you planned out right from the start. So I'll start the game right away, and I'll start playing it on 2x speed. So as you can see, I'm against a guy called LGD spawning as the red Protoss in the southwest of Cloud Kingdom, which is now a nice new ladder map, and I'm spawning as the blue Terran in the northeast. So both say GL have fun, and Bob's your uncle or array. First of all, I'd just like to say I am mineral stacking SCVs. This is something that a lot of people tend not to do. Like people thought it was a myth for a while that you don't earn more minerals per second by doing this, but you actually do. And I mean, it's only slight. So if you feel that you're bored at the start and you're just spamming around and doing pretty much nothing with your time, nothing efficient anyway, do this, stack SCVs. And the way to do that is when the SCVs come out, or once this minerals or guy started mining, the next SCV you have to spam right click on the mineral patch, like so. And then they'll both stack. And the reason you do that is the mineral patch is actually much closer to the command center than this one is. So once they're stacked 2x2, you're actually fine. So I've gone faster times 2 speed again. So he asked me how EG is. I say good. I should have answered very good, since it is very good. Anyways, normal build order going on here. So 10 depot, 12 racks going for the Warlen. Our Protoss player going for the 13 gateway. Meaning as continuous pro production. I'll even bring up production tab so you can see what's going on. And the simulator goes down. Very, very standard. And look here, I actually go for a 14 refinery. This is where things are a little different. If a Terran player does go for an early gas, it's usually 13. And it usually leads into something like a Banshee or a 111 or something similar, maybe even a Marauder build. But they're very uncommon nowadays. I've actually gone for a 14 gas, and I'll tell you why. This barracks will produce 1 Marine when it is done. And I'm going to put on 2 guys on gas over here. So as you can see, 1 Marine being done, and this 2 gas, or 3 guys on gas straight away. By the time this Marine is done, I should have 50 gas saved up. And bam, I have 50 gas saved up, enough for reactor. Why reactor, you might ask? Well, TvP is kind of a tough matchup, and a lot of Terrans are winning this matchup by being kind of surprising. A reactor build in general, it's something that, while it isn't frowned upon, it is less efficient of an expand than the normal 1 racks, 1 depot expand, where you get the expand roughly about now, actually, in terms of time. So it is a bit later. It will come, but it's a little later. But it is safe. It's very safe. So if there was 1 Zealot running at me, I would be in a little bit of a pickle, but let's assume that Protoss player isn't going to do that, which he isn't. He's scouting with the probe. I scouted him. I've seen the Zealot, so I know exactly what's up. I'm running away with my SCV, so I've got my game plan. That's one of the things I'd like to point out. I've got my game plan. So back on faster speed, he's scouting his Zelnaga. He scouted my base too. This probe is going to die. So we just see 1 Marine, 1 command center. Doesn't see a bunker or anything as of yet. And I am throwing out SCVs. Notice I did throw all my guys off gas, and I did actually cancel this Rex. One of the things I want to mention here was, once I saw that Zealot run out at that base, I was actually a little worried that pressure was going to come at me. But then I realized said to myself, hey, like, you had a plan at the start of this game, you're going to stick to it and see how it goes. So anyway, that's my idea. And here, look, one of the fastest third expands you're ever going to see in a TvP matchup. And why am I doing that? Well, I can actually hold off a lot of early game aggression with just 1 bunker. 1 bunker is very good against Zealots, Stalkers, not so good against Sentries, but you know, he doesn't know what I'm making at this point. He only saw 1 Marine before, and 1 bunker is a scary thing to face. So 2 times speed again. Still, no guys on gas as of yet. Producing extra barracks now. This is where my minerals go into now. So I'm playing it like a Zerg almost, where they don't put guys on gas, they just want all the minerals they possibly can for overlords, drones, and so on. Finally, I add on gas, and I'm going to get quite a bit of gas indeed. Throw down a 2nd bunker, because obviously I am quite vulnerable if there was an attack, but 2 bunkers full and a lot of SCVs behind, I'm going to be more than fine. So I lift up that orbital command because there wasn't an SCV trapped here. I do throw down a tech lab, and I'm still producing lots of SCVs. So if we look at the SCV count, I am 9 behind, but I'll soon have 3 orbitals up. And look, just want to point this out very quickly. His army, he's actually been just as greedy as I have. This is 3 sentries, 1 zealot, 1 stalker, and a probe over here. I'm actually doing a little push with marines, so I don't have anything defending my base. I'm actually just getting my 3rd production building, like it's just about finishing, getting stim now. Why am I pushing across the map with roughly 11 marines at this point? Well, this is just for scouting purposes. 8:30 is the time roughly when a 6-gate can come. Let's see what I do actually see of him. I see 1 gate, 1 gas. I see that he expanded too. The fact that I saw that he expanded earlier meant I could actually play very, very, very greedy, given that I knew there wouldn't be anything following. If there was like a 3-gate or 4-gate push afterwards, 2 bunkers and a lot of SCVs repairing would be enough, and I'd just force out more units than I actually did. So talking about like his vision, all he knows is I had 1 wrecked somewhere up here because I had 1 marine out, and I have an expand, so he has no idea. So now he's got this, or these 11 marines knocking at his door, and he does actually have pretty much nothing. So yeah, he's got a few gateways being thrown up, 4 to be exact, and he actually has this nexus too. So yeah, this guy's playing pretty greedy too. I send 1 marine, I see the army, and I'm like, okay, I don't really want to deal with that. But I've asserted pressure, I've asserted dominance, like of the map, which normally I couldn't do, but I have to assume that this guy is playing greedy with this in mind. I mean, he's moved out with 1 stalker, meaning he wants to hide a lot of stuff, which he obviously is hiding. And I'm just thinking, like, okay, so I've got all this in mind. I'm thinking why would I be doing what he's doing right now if I was in his shoes? And the only reason I'd be sending 1 stalker out only is because I don't really have much behind. If I show my whole army, then my opponents, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, everything's making sense right now. I'm like, okay, he's actually pretty weak. I can keep my marines out on the map and keep scouting a little bit. So I keep control of this tower, and he sends 1 stalker out again. So this is where I'm like, okay, there's got to be something fishy going on here. So look at my view again. I don't really see that much. I just get control of this tower again, and I send 1 marine down, and I see this 3rd. This is pretty big. I do lose all those marines, which that's not a good thing. By no means is that a good thing. But harvest count-wise, I'm 50 to 51, or 51 to 54 now. That's really good for TvP. And I mean, the income tab, I'm actually ahead, purely because of these 3 mules. So I'm actually in a really good position right now. I've thrown up double engineering bay, and considering that I was only on 3 wrecks for the longest time, I'm now throwing up 4 wrecks all at the same time. I'm producing medevacs. I've got a nice little army together. While it is in no way as strong as his, where is his upgrades? He's getting double forge right now. So we will be upgrading roughly the same time. I'm in a pretty good situation right now. So this is when my production can go through the roof. So I'm even producing a 2nd starport for more medevacs, and I'm going to have 8 barracks. My 3rd is now up. My income's still pretty far ahead, and I'm still producing SCVs. So I will hopefully overtake him if things are going as they are. And I'm using this factory to scout. This is a really lovely spot to have. This spot is the ideal spot, so you can see when they've run out of this gap. But here, I can see when they move here, and out here. So I do run up this ramp. This is a little fight I do want to talk about. I'm actually just forcing force fields here, Guardian Shield as much as I can. My army is very mobile, it does have stim, I know he doesn't have upgrades, and all I see are gateway units. I do not see any Colossus, I do not see anything really of any real major threat. And while my army is extremely small, his army isn't scary at all, and I am losing a medevac here. And if we do look at the supplies, I'm 116 against 132. And medevac does escape, this army does escape, and at this point you could say, wow, he got his 3rd up much faster than me. Harvester-wise, we're very similar, which is good for me. I'm 700 minerals per minute ahead, even up to 800, which is good. But my late game plan hasn't kicked in yet. I produced roughly 5 wrecks all at the same time and a 2nd starport. I'm getting upgrades. Our upgrades are to be done at roughly the same time due to Chrono Boost being very, very good. And he has been Chrono Boosting, he's throwing down lots more gateways. And he's actually getting blinked right now. So at this point in the game, I do see that he had his army here with this factory, so it's a really cool factory to have. I've got map control, I can see he hasn't faked it or expanded here or here. I've got pretty good vision of the map, and I see when he's putting up pylons and exactly when he's doing it. So yeah, upgrade-wise, we're both very similar. If we look at the supply, I'll pause very quickly. My plan was to power through around the 12 to 14 minute mark to power up to 200 supply ASAP. If we look at how many mules I've got down, I've got 3 mules down constantly. Look at the energy on all my orbitals. They're all as low as it can possibly be. I cannot throw down any more scans or any more mules, even if I wanted to. This is my plan for this game. It was to be strong, aggressive at this point, and just be very, very greedy. So if I run this at fastest ×2, I'm gathering up my little army. He can see everything that I'm doing with this observer. And my army, while it doesn't look very scary, the supply speaks for itself. I'm 161. He's warping in a new round set of units, and it's still 161 to 140. And I'm now, we're in a pretty big fight here, and stuff is going down. He does have Guardian Shield. I do pick up in the nick of time and run away. He actually blinks on me. Once you blink, Stalkers are really vulnerable to Marauder fire. And that's exactly what he did. As soon as he blinked, I took that as my time to turn around and just deal a lot of damage. And he lost a good 4 Stalkers there. While this fight does carry on, and I am losing a lot of units, he is too. And my units are very, very cost efficient. Marauders are 100 minerals and 25 gas. All his units cost at least 50 gas besides the Zealots. Now, production-wise, I am still mass producing out of all these wrecks. And look at my supply. I'm 140 supply to 100. I obviously won out in that encounter, and I know that, and I even put up a 4th base over here, which is pretty scandalous actually when I think about it. We're both going for level 2 upgrades. Mine were a bit faster. So he is chrono boosting them now, so he probably will catch up. My army's still looking pretty small. Rally pointing all the way here, so all my barracks constantly producing. Look, not one barracks isn't producing. This is my game plan. So I am flanked by these Zealots. They do not have charge yet. It will be done very soon. Blink killing some medevacs, yada yada. It's all going very, very kind of textbook right now. The Protoss army is very, very strong, but I'm just building up such a force. And this is it's past the point of no return right now. I've picked my strategy and I need to carry on with it. I'm even adding on more barracks. Now looking back on this strategy, I did actually have a lot of money, so I could have probably powered through with 10 to 12 Raxes instead of just 8, but I have a lot of medevacs too, and I'm producing medevacs out of each starport, and if there was a Colossus switch by him, I could easily just whip out a few Vikings, and I'm even getting out the upgrade for Viking air damage ready for that. So yeah, my army's looking pretty scary right now. Lots and lots of units, lots of medevacs, and medevacs are really, really key in this matchup. So this base is up, I'm making it a planetary, still using all my energy. Not one of these buildings has gone beyond 70 energy really throughout this replay, so I've been playing well there with my mills and playing very greedy. And look at the supply. I'm 195 despite losing a few of these encounters to his 167, and his army actually looks really ferocious right now. SCV wise, I'm on 80. That is actually too much for a modern day TvP, but in this case, my tactic is just to trade with him. And given that I am earning, or I have been earning, roughly 800 minerals more than him per minute, I am more than equipped to deal with that. So, in this encounter, I do see that he's putting up a 4th, and I need to put myself in a decent position. So, as you can see, stutter set microing back, picking up Zealots whenever I can, and I do have so many medevacs that it doesn't matter that these Stalkers' only job is to pick up medevacs. And I mean, look at the supplies. Mine's still going up to 200 supply. I'm picking up these Archons now, they do a lot of damage, focus firing them one by one, stutter stepping towards, and still, my production is crazy, it's off the charts. All of these buildings are full of production. And I mean, I don't mean fully stacked with 5 units in each one, I mean everyone is producing. Not one building is left inactive. And here, he did blink towards me, and although all my units are red, I take this opportunity to melt those low health Stalkers. And I mean, another wave does come in, and he does start blink microing to his little heart's content, but it's just too little too late. And yes, I do walk away with the game won. So, that game was just about picking your strategy right from the start and just going for it. There's some things that you do see where it can throw you off. Let's say you see something completely new, and it can make you kind of wonder oh, is this new because it's meant to counter what I'm doing? And often that's not the case. They can just be testing things. And in this case, I was going to build another barracks. I was thinking to myself, is he going to push me? I was very worried, but then I thought, no, I've actually seen this build used before, and there's a reason why, and it's just pretty safe. The reactor barracks very early on means you're producing 2 Marines constantly every 25 seconds, which is good. That's like having 2 Rex, pretty much. So you can actually defend the early third. So while your natural is slower, your third's much faster. And my endgame, the endgame target that I wanted to go for, my endgame goal was to just whip him down around the 12 to 14 minute mark when I can produce a lot more units than he can, despite his third being earlier than mine. My third was really early in my main, so I was using mules the whole time. So yeah, this game was brought to you by evilgeniuses.net. I am EG.DeMusliM, and if you want to check out more replays from us and more coaching kind of advice and such, check us out.